Hi guys, welcome back to Simplemachine. I am Bree, the marketing coordinator here, and I'm sitting down with our president, Sean Morrison.
Hey guys, what's going on?
So today we're going to be talking all about how to tell if your website is getting traffic. So websites are a huge deal around here, especially when business is going online. And so we want to let you know just how you can tell if your website is getting traffic with a few of the tips that we're going to be going over, starting with visitors. So how can we tell if visitors are on our site?
Definitely, yeah. So all the information we're going to be going over in this vlog today, we're going to really recommend you, if you haven't already, hook up Google Analytics to your website. Whether you have a WordPress website or any other website, you can either install a snippet of code or inject a plugin to get that connected with your Google Analytics account. And that will allow you to see all of the traffic that's coming to your website and everything in regards to that traffic, where it's coming from and all that good stuff. So definitely need to connect Google Analytics. That's step one before we can start looking at these things. But once you do have that connected, the first thing to look at, kind of the base metric to look at, is visitors, or how many people are coming to your website. So that's a really important number. With Google Analytics, you can log in. You can even, with some websites, you can have in the back end, you can set it up to where you have an analytics dashboard in the back end of your website to see all of your stats. You see your visitors, which is, again, how many people are coming to your website. So you want to, that's basically your traffic number. That's a kind of a line of how many people overall are coming to your website from all different sources, whether they're paid, organic, through search, they're paid through pay-per-click, through social media, through referrals. That includes everyone that's coming to your website. So tracking that number, watching it go up over time is important. And then understanding, what those visitors, who they are, and everything like that will come next.
Yeah, so to add on to that, you mentioned briefly the different sources. So we want to talk next about traffic sources.
Definitely, yeah. So with those visitors, you want to know where they're coming from. So like I mentioned, there's search aspects. So somebody typing in a search and clicking on your website when they see it in the search results, that's the best, that's organic, most cost effective, best bang for your buck. That's where you want to be with your website ultimately. However, it's a competitive world in the internet, and so you can pay to play to get your website to come up. So paid ads, paid searches, all of that stuff, it would be another source. Social media would be another source. If you post a link to your website, post a link to your social media from your website, bring people back to your website, that would be a referral. If you have a link out there of your website on your Instagram profile, or one of your citations or anything like that, and then it brings you back, a news article brings you back to your website, that's a referral. So understanding where your people are coming from is very important to know how your organic traffic is trending, what people are searching for, how your ads are working, how much you're spending, and how many people that's bringing, where those people are coming from, are they relevant visitors, and ultimately bringing that relevancy up, increasing your traffic with relevant users, and kind of diminishing the irrelevant users. So removing any unwanted traffic, or you can either remove that out of your reports or block certain IPs that are robots or anything like that from accessing your website, just to have more of a clean report. So understanding your visitors and where they're coming from is very important to understand your business and your audience.
Yeah, that's great. Another way that we track visitors is by using bounce rate. Can you tell them what that means?
Yeah, so once you know where your visitors are coming from, who they are, a good metric to know or understand how your website is performing once they get there is bounce rate. And so the higher your bounce rate, the worse off it is. So 100% bounce rate is the worst case scenario as far as bounce rate. And that means somebody comes to your website and they leave without clicking on another page. So say they land on your home page, they can spend a half hour on it, but if they don't click to your contact page or to a blog article, your portfolio, or whatever it might be, that's 100% bounce rate because they did not go to any other pages. So ultimately, having a lower percentage is the most beneficial. Google is going to look at that, and so you're going to want people to come to your website, to spend time on it, and click through to different pages as far as your metrics, to show you have a low bounce rate, to show that people are coming to your website and finding what they're needing, and they're spending time browsing and clicking through everything. So knowing that is important. If you have a very high bounce rate, that kind of tells you that maybe your traffic isn't as relevant as it should be, or maybe you should take a look at where that's coming from and how you can adjust to make people stay more or click through, or do certain things to make that a little bit better.
Yeah, so now we're going to talk about the opposite of that, which is conversion rates.
Yeah, so conversion rates really help breaking down, okay, people are coming to our website, they're staying, they're clicking, but ultimately, what does that mean for my business? And so conversions are kind of the lead through to a sale, which we'll get to here in a second. And so the conversion rate would be someone calling. A conversion could include someone calling your business from a click, sending a text message, sending a contact form request, getting directions onto your business, whatever it might be. There's a lot of different call to actions we can set up and conversions we can track that ultimately lead to business. And so knowing that conversion rate, knowing how your visitors are coming to your website, that they're clicking through, and that they're ultimately taking an action is very important. And then ultimately would be the sales aspect of it. How does that conversion relate to an actual sale? So tracking that all the way through, you can have a bunch of conversions, but if your sales team is not doing their job, if they're not converting those leads, then your website is not doing its job. So it's all of those things working together to ultimately lead to a sale for your business. And so those really need to work all together and fall in line. And so having your conversion rate higher means you're getting more conversions, which means you have more opportunity to close more sales. More people coming to your website means more of all of that, all together. So, but you want it to be relevant. You want people to be staying on your website, not bouncing, and all of that stuff. And so those are a good, quick 5 metrics to check to know if your website is getting traction and to know if your visitors are really doing what they should be doing.
Yeah, perfect. So we will link this blog down below if you want to dive deeper into these different metrics that we mentioned, just the different ways that you can tell how your website is getting traffic. Feel free to call us for more information and click subscribe below to see more videos just like this.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate you watching.